Thank you, Emily, for sharing those advantages. Now onto my part, the disadvantages of GMOs and crops. But first, I'd like to elaborate a little bit more on what GMOs are, or genetically modified organisms. We can say that is anything in the lab that has been scientifically altered chemically or physically to provide a specific, more desirable trait. In our instance, let's use soybeans. Let's say in one species there is a more desirable trait due to a higher yield. And on the other hand, we have another species that is faster growing and more hardier in our South Dakota conditions. So, through GMO, we can combine those to combine a more ideal plant for the farmer. This sort of thing has been happening since the early 1990s. Now let's go on to what that means to the farmer. This would be more desirable to the farmer because it offers more profit, less risk, and is more desirable in every aspect to the farmer themselves. But to the next step, where it's given to the consumer, it offers an immediate amount of risk due to what they're eating or consuming comes from a lab, where it has been altered and offers risk to not themselves but also the environment. In the US, more than 88% of all soybean, corn, canola, sugar beets, and cotton plants, also alfalfa, papaya, and summer squash, are GMO crops. We can also include animal byproducts, such as dairy, meat, milk, or eggs, because those animals are consuming as feed GMO corn, GMO oats, GMO alfalfa hay, which, as it goes through the system of the animal, we can now count it as a GMO crop, according to Erica Cannell in 2014 on Livestrong.com. But this also leads to consumer concerns, where safety is uncertain. There is so far no long-term data on GMOs affecting human health. Since from the 1990s, there hasn't been a lot of time to fully research because the benefits have been such a drawback from the actual reality. The clinical trials were on animals and in short durations with mixed outcomes. A study in the International Journal of Biological Sciences in 2009 showed that rats fed GMO corn suffered a decline in liver, kidney, heart, spleen health function. So there can be no conclusion or conclusive data on what GMO can do to somebody. So that's where kind of the disadvantages fall in place, because consumer, they don't know how this could be a major risk to cancers or diseases down the road, because there's no conclusive data on the faults or positives of GMO things. And also, currently, adding to that risk, there is no U.S. Food and Drug Administration order set forth to label GMO foods or byproducts. So this adds so much concern, and I hope you're seeing the disadvantages of how bad this can be to someone, knowing that we don't know what's in our products or what it has gone through chemically to be altered to my consumption that can lead me to disease. So now on to environmental advantages with Casey.